Rent a llama. When Marco slept, he dreamed. His dreams were always the same. He was back in Ecuador with his abuelo. They rode on horseback among sheep and llamas. Then Marcus would wake from his dreams and worry. His worries were always the same. Life was so different now. He would be ever fit in here in America. Marco's mother worried too. She wanted her son to be happy. One Monday, she reminded him that it was a special day at school. Marcus, today, today your class is visiting a ranch. Remember? She said gently. Marcos nodded. He had remembered. We used to live on a ranch, Mama, he said sadly. That was in Edward, Ecuador. Marcos, I am sure an American ranch will be different, she said. Yes, Marcos sighed, just like everything else here. At school, the other students were very exciting. To them, the trip was a great adventure. Marcos watched his classmates choose partners for the trip to the ranch. Miss, Mr. Perkins noticed Marcos standing alone. I think Marcos needs a partner, he said. A smiling boy named Ben stepped forward. He can sit with me, Ben said. Have you ever been to a ranch, Marcos? Asked Ben. Only in Ecuador. Marcos replied, I go to this ranch every week to care for my cow. Said Ben, you have a cow? Marcos asked in surprise. Ben laughed, I don't really own her. I just take care of her. Marcos was confused. You will see, Ben said. Soon the bus arrived and opened its door. Marcos smelled the familiar smells of hay and animals. Hello, everyone, said Miss Vega. Hello there, Ben. The rest of the class looked at Ben, surprised that Miss Vega knew him. Ben is part of the Animals for Rent program with City to Farm, said Miss Vega. He takes care of Mabel, one of our cows. What's City to Farm? Asked a girl. Maybe Ben can explain it to the rest of the class, said Mr. Perkins. City to Farm is an organization for young people, Ben told them. Grown-ups show city kids what life is like on a farm. I want to learn about cows, but I live in an apartment. I can't keep a cow there. The class laughed, so Ben said, Miss Vega rents Mabel to me. I don't pay to rent her. We just signed an agreement. My mom brings me here 3 times a week to care for my cow. Why don't we go meet Mabel? Said Miss Vega. Ben led the class into a large barn with many stalls. Marcos squinted to see in the barn's dim light. What he saw made him stop short there in the second stall. was a llama. Marcos began speaking softly to the animal in Spanish as if it understood. The llama bent its long neck toward him. Marcos reached up and stroked the gentle animal's fur. Miss Vega watched Marcos. "Do you like llamas?" she asked. Marcos nodded. "Sí, I mean yes," he replied shyly. "My grandfather had llamas in Ecuador." Paco here came from Ecuador too, said Miss Vega. "We are going to try to raise llamas for wool." Miss Vega said to Marcos, "Maybe you could help us. I could rent Paco to you just as I ran Mabel to Ben." Marco's eyes got big, "And I could take care of Paco?" he asked. Miss Vega smiled. "See," she said. Marco's heart soared. His mother had been right. Ranches were different in the United States, but llamas were in